Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Symphogear Season 5, Episode 13. This is the finale, guys! Oh, and the finale of finales, not just the finale of the season. It is the last true episode that is out right now. Now, I did look up, there are 4 of the shorter OVAs like usual, and I will do them for sure. I'll probably try to get them all done, and release them. I'll probably just do them all in the same video. That's what I've been doing recently, so that seems to be working well. But yeah, keep an eye out for those after this. But as for like official episodes, this is it for now. They had that teaser video that I watched and talked about a few episodes back. I spoke about it, but who knows when that's coming, so who knows how long I'll have to go without more Symphogear. But I probably will pick it up, you know, after investing. I do really enjoy the show. It's been a lot of fun, and it's definitely taken me by surprise because, I mean, just being honest, just as a full-grown man, when I look at, like, if you just showed me on paper, like, these young girls transforming, you know, I get, like, Sailor Moon vibes, and I've never really seen Sailor Moon, but I've always like thought of it as kind of a girl show. Now, don't get me wrong, I've heard a lot of people talk good about Sailor Moon, and guys in general, like, that speak well about Sailor Moon. I think I was just young, and I got, like, the wrong connotation. I was thinking, oh, like, Powerpuff Girls and stuff like that, you know? Granted, I watched Powerpuff Girls as a kid. Like, sometimes it'd come on TV, and I'd just watch it when I was a kid, but yeah, not trying to say anything's wrong with the genre or anything, but it's one that I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I have. So it's been a pleasant surprise, and it's definitely opened me up to be like, all right, I'm definitely down to watch more of this genre. Like, some of the stuff they do in this show is just incredible, and I enjoy the story, and I enjoy the characters, and a lot of like the meaning and stuff like that that's behind some of the ideas our characters follow and everything. It's been great. So either way, this is all stuff that I should talk about after. I'm sorry, I don't know why I got on this tangent. So let's just start the episode, and we'll talk more at the end. So we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Not quite. Yeah, Hibiki. They're all buffed up, baby. With their flowy glowies. Oh, you did? Oh, I guess, yeah, they were doing their hacking. Intense hacking! What? What do you mean? Wait, what? Did I miss a word in that? How did she not know who they are? Yeah. She did ask that. But will you hesitate? Overthrowing a god or two will be simple. Hell yeah. Oh, this is different, I think. I sometimes have audio blindness, guys, so I apologize if we have heard this before. But that way of Hibiki singing just sounded different. Yeah, let's go, Carol. Damn. It reminds me of Fairy Tale when they had like dragon slayers and god slayers and stuff like that. I need to rewatch Fairy Tail again one of these days. It's one of those ones that has a lot of episodes, but there's some really awesome moments in it. Damn. Final form. Nice. Oh shit. What are those? Are they noise? Or alkano? Oh no, are they like the little... Oh, they're monsters. Wait, no. What are they? They look more mechanical. They almost look like the little Melark bats for a second there from the distance. But then it got closer and it looked more mechanical. What is that? That was cool. Not the kind of uniting we want, though. Oh, jeez. See, like, her intentions seem kind of good, but she's also trying to turn all humans into monsters, so oh, the animation on her face, that was great. The tears. Oh. Yeah, the animation on Hibiki's face was way more fluid, I felt like, there. That was great. Nice. Cool. What? Okay, sure. Not the craziest thing we've seen, but that was cool. Over brave. Can she still do her little, like, woo heal thing? Oh, shit. Come on, guys! Oh, of course. Oh, no, don't do that, of course. Of course. Damn it, Shamha. Playing dirty. Jeez, I'm a fire in my laser indeed. Oh, wait, what? Oh no. Carol? How much power is it gonna take to block that, though? How many memories? No, not Elf 9! Oh shit. Ugh. Nice. The hopes of those you've never met. Damn. Is there anything left of Elf 9? Hmm. I mean, obviously I know. I'm worried about Carol too, but she kind of already died, so if she burns up, it's like, okay, she did something good with her last moments, right? But I'm worried about Elf9, who kind of inherited this life. Oh, shit. Making the Earth spin faster? Wait, what? Excuse me? Is this like a Superman thing? Or, oh, is this getting rid of the curse of Balal? Maybe that's what it is. I thought it was going to be like a Superman thing, like spin the Earth faster and reverse time. Oh. Nice. Let's go, Hibiki. Oh, the music. I'm pretty sure that's like the opening, if I'm not mistaken, right? Ooh. Yeah, okay. I think we heard this. Yeah. Yep. It sounded a little bit different for the first, like, note or two. Let's go, girls. Or it's just her. They're just encouraging. Oh, the... Oh, with their bare hand. Well, sort of. Oh, nice. I love the music drop right at that moment. Nice. Give her a hug. Fuck that bracer. So is that it? Did we defeat Shemha? What she loves. Might not be that kind of love, guys. Don't get excited. Maybe Carol somehow protected some of her Elf Knight's memories. Oh. Her old outfit again. Nice. Damn. So she protect. Yeah, I was wondering if she did that. She protected Elf9. What a turn for Carol's character. Saving the world from destruction after wanting so desperately to destroy it. No. What was she told? Uh-oh. Because she's still, like, a part of everyone, right? Well, damn. Alright, destroy the Death Star. Speaking of... Oh, shit. Defense mechanisms. Oh! Who? That's not them singing, is it? Or is it... Is it Miku? Does she have Shensho? Who else would it be? Yeah! Nice. Did Carol help with that? Is that what she whispered? Or maybe it's just the message, okay. Oh, shit. Hmm. Okay. We just need to sing harder. Ah. So you need 7 gear users? That's cool. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. They had the 7th there when they were fighting. True. That's really cool. I like that. Be cool if she got a glow up. Miku. Cool. Hmm. Oh, interesting. Hey! Oh. Oh my god, Burr. God damn it. Nice. Hey, she got a... They're all just glowing now, even Miku. That's awesome. So the Curse of Balal is no more, and... Oh, this one, too. I don't know if this is part of that same song or if this is a different one, but yeah. Hmm. Oh shit! Okay, nice. So they were I thought they were about to do another song, but that was their superb song. They were just announcing it after the fact. Oh no! You must go, girls! Oh my god! God damn it, Shemha! Not good. Maybe she protected them from the explosion? Some kind of change in the end? I don't know. Probably not. Oh. Hmm. Huh, okay. Even a decent end for Shemha. She did save them. Alright. Damn. Alright. Awesome. I wish we got a little bit more aftermath, you know? But, I mean, that's kind of what the OVAs are gonna be for, I think. Like, I wanted that, like, little bit of... You know how some anime will do, like, the first half of the episode is, like, the fighting and everything? The second half is just kind of seeing the characters, like, get back to their normal lives and where everyone is mentally and everything and all that. But it's fine. I mean, I did like what we saw here. This was really good, too. My only confusion is the Curse of Balal was keeping humanity from understanding each other, but it had to be there because of Shemha. I thought they said that the Curse of Balal is now gone. But then at the end there, they were saying, like, even if humanity can't understand each other, will you keep, like, even if there's pain and suffering and all that? As if the Curse of Balal is still there. So I guess I'm a little bit confused on that. Or maybe it has to do with what Miku said, where even with the Curse of Balal gone, humanity still isn't like, she still isn't able to just come out and say I love you and stuff. Like, there's still conflict. Visiting her father's grave. We have a little bit of after credits. See, this is the kind of thing I wanted. Oh. Is she gonna try to confess? Ooh. Uh-oh. Damn it, anime. Damn it, anime! Why can anime never say it? I know it's a Japanese thing. That is it, guys, for episode 13, and that is it for season 5, and the show in general. Like I said, except for the OVAs, but yeah, I know, like, a lot of it, like, they don't use love very often in Japan, right? Like, so I think that's part of the reason why in anime it's so hard for characters to say they love each other and everything, you know? But yeah. Going back to what I was saying during the credits, I'm just, that's like the whole Curse of Balal, whether it's there or not. Maybe it is, like I said with what Miku was saying, that even with it being gone, assuming it really is, and I'm not misunderstanding, that there's still like confusion and stuff within humanity. And but I do like that one of my favorite things this episode was the whole connection of like 7 notes, you know, and bringing in the 7th gear user, the idea that 7 gears do exist, which is essentially what like Fine would have created the amount that she needed. So she managed to figure it out, and they said like it was tough for her, like through like the Curse of Balal must have been kind of jamming her like ability to understand what she needed to do, but she still managed to like fight through it and create 7 gears. I think that's kind of what they were hinting at when they said like when she was fighting through it and everything. It's kind of crazy that in the end, like, Fine's work is what saved everyone, when in season 1 she was an antagonist. I had hoped she'd come back again, but I know they did. It almost felt like a finale for her character was when she sacrificed herself to save Shirabe, I believe, right? Because she was like manifesting within Shirabe at that moment, and then Shirabe was about to be killed, I think, and Fine like took the hit for her and faded. I just thought maybe she could still be reincarnated in someone else, but maybe that was just her spirit dying. I will have to see. Maybe if they come out with another season and Fine comes back. I mean, that's the thing, is like with these beings, like between Fine and Shemha, like I'm not fully convinced that Shemha is gone forever, right? Like she was supposed to be like have fragments in every single human, and if the Curse of Balal is gone, that means she could just manifest in anybody, right? Or at least I thought that's how it was supposed to work, but maybe something about the destruction here like finished her off for good. Maybe the Yggdrasil system was like the way that she broadcasted herself into all of humanity, right? And now that that's destroyed, and maybe she can't do that anymore. I'm not sure, but I feel like there's a lot of like little like specifics like that are left up to speculation. Because like same with like whether Fine is like fully gone or not. I'm just not entirely sure. But really, I imagine... I mean, the show does like to bring older characters back, so I guess there is a chance that we could see Shemha again in another season. There was one thing I wanted to go back to. Oh my god, I literally jumped to the exact moment. Wow, that's crazy. My first click brought me to You're Carolyn Elfenine, right? Is that a subtitle issue? That's just a really weird thing to say because, one, yes, I know she's in her outfit, right? She's in her gear there. But our characters have seen her in that gear. They fought her in that gear. So why did she ask You're Carolyn Elfenine? Is that like... Was there a different way to word that I'm like not understanding, right? But I don't know, it just felt like a weird thing to say. I wanted to go back to it because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss something. Because sometimes I skim read, and sometimes I do miss, like, a word in there. Like, I thought maybe it was something like, Carolyn Elfenine, you're okay, right? And I, like, jumbled the words in my mind, right? And, like, missed the okay part. And, like, I thought that would make sense if she's asking if they're okay. But no, I just thought that was a little weird where they're like, you're Carolyn Elfenine, right? It's like, you don't know that? But I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm sure it's not just... If anything, like I said, I'm sure it's a translation mistake rather than... I don't think the writers made a mistake there, right? But yeah, I wrote down Shemha dead ? After, you know, the final blow with Hibiki defeating her, and I guess it wasn't quite. She still had a little bit of spirit left in there that she used to save them. It's a nice thing where, like, all the bad guys in the show seem to get, like, a little bit of redemption in the end, right? Like, pretty much every single one, right? Because season 1 we had Fine, who ended up doing some, like, okay stuff at the very, like, she kind of accepted things in the very end, and then she also helped Shirabe later on in the show. And then season 2, we had Maria, Shirabe, and Kirika, and they ended up, obviously, on our side. They ended up the most good out of any of them, really, because they, like, stuck around and kept fighting and all that. We had, you know, Carol and the auto scorers, who... you know, did their thing, and then we had Saint Germain and the others, who ended up helping us even more, and now even this one, where we have Vanessa and Millark and Elsa, we had them sacrificing themselves in order to get our girls back to Earth and save things, right? So, it's, and then even Shemha, the big bad in the very end, like... help save them and seem like she had kind of like a turnaround moment. The only thing is, I feel like some of the others, the turnaround moment was a little bit more justified. I'm not quite sure why Shemha turned around so quickly. Like, maybe she just accepted her defeat and decided to roll with it. But just the fact that she was like, she had literally just been defeated, and she's like, ah, yes, you guys, like, go and be yourselves and, you know, live up to your morals that you've set and go forth and accomplish what I couldn't, you know? And it's like, you'd expect them to be like, bitch, you just killed me, I ain't saving you, and stuff like that. But I guess I just didn't really see the turning moment for Shemha. Like, it didn't seem like all the way up to the end anything they said to her really got to her, right? Like, she seemed confident and all that to the very end, so... I don't know. Unless it had something to do with, like... Maybe... Because it... That's another thing that confuses me a little bit, is, like, Shemha seemed to be, like, trying to do good. Like, she said she was trying to, like, unite everyone and stop all the, like, the crying and fear and all that, but she, like... Her plan was to turn all of humanity into monsters. It just seems very contradictory, but I guess if everyone's monsters that you control, you can make sure that no one hurts each other anymore, right? So I guess that's the thing. It's just, it's like I almost wanted to root for her with some of the stuff that she was saying this episode, but then I'm like, well, wait a second, like, the way she wants to do it is basically by enslaving the entire planet, right? And it's like, that's not the way that you stop all the conflict and everything. So maybe when Hibiki was, like, channeling her fist full of, like, the hopes and dreams of not just herself, but, like, everyone else, too, maybe that's what made her realize that, like, this isn't, like, what I'm doing might not be the way, you know? Maybe this isn't where, like, true strength and true happiness lies. But I don't know. It's just me spitballing. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you guys think, like, cause like that's just like I just don't know if the Curse of Balal is gone or not. So let me know. I know I just went back to what I was talking about before. But for those of you, I know some of you guys have watched this a bunch of times, and I know that there's probably some dialogue beats that I've missed or forgotten. There's a lot being said. I'm trying to, like, you know, I'm trying to listen to the music, I'm trying to watch the animation, I'm trying to read the subtitles, and a lot of the times they're talking while they're fighting, and it's like I'm trying to watch the fighting, but I'm also reading the subtitles, and sometimes I skim, and, you know, and then I'm also reacting at the same time, so I'm trying to talk and, you know, not too much, but I'm trying to say some of my thoughts here and there as it goes, which also, when they're talking a lot, it's like I try to find spots in between to say what I'm trying to say, but sometimes I talk over lines, and instead of reading, I'm talking, and it's just all of these things, like, stacked on top of each other that probably make me miss some things here and there, so I apologize for that. Hopefully it wasn't too frustrating, but yeah, I really like that moment when we had, like, the spirits of everybody in the show. Even Dr. Ver was there. I mean, he did do good in the end. Once again, that's another villain that ended up, like, helping in the very end before he died. So, but yeah, that was a cool moment. I like the scene with Carol and Elf9. That was really nice too. Just Carol burning everything so that way they could accomplish what they did but didn't have to utilize Elf9's memories, right? So Elf9 stayed intact, but Carol is gone. And that was pretty sad. Like, don't get me wrong, I know in the moment I mentioned, like, oh, is Elf9 okay? And I didn't say anything about Carol. Like I said during the reaction, it was mainly because, you know, obviously it would have been cool if Carol was still around in there and everything, because I like that dual personality where that second person can kind of come out sometimes and talks much different and everything, and that's a cool mechanic. But she's also a character that died 2 seasons ago. So it's actually 3 seasons ago. But I guess it was at the end of the season, so you could say 2 seasons, right? But regardless, like, I didn't expect her to come back anyway after she, like, gave her life force to Elf9. So having her back was kind of like one of those temporary treats and everything that the show gave us. So, and I kind of expected it not to be permanent. So it made sense of the way she went here and everything. So, and I'm glad that she gave herself up in order to save Elf9's memories, because she could have, you know, she could have had a little bit of selfishness in there, and she could have preserved at least some of herself by eating away at some of Elf9. But she chose not to do that. But yeah, very cool stuff. I mean, really, with Symphogear and the show as a whole, I talked a bit at the very beginning before we started, but I mean, I like the concept, I like the designs, a lot of the transformations were fun, I like that they changed it up between seasons, sometimes even multiple times within a season. Obviously, we had our fair share of, like, little fan servicey moments, you know, but nothing too bad. I've seen far worse in other anime, so it was never anything that really bothered me too much. That I'll probably never forget how awkward that Kiriko transformation was. It was like came out of nowhere. It's like a lot of them are just like, you know, Hibiki's doing like just fucking not karate moves, but she's just like punching the air while all of her equipment's going on, and then we just have some pole dancing from Kirika. But it was just it was a wild thing, all right. And the amount of boob bouncing from Chris we've had, but overall, like I said, it's definitely not nearly as bad as some of the other shows I've seen in terms of fan service. But man, on pause that scene, and some of their hair is crazy. It's like it's on fire. Sorry, I got distracted. Like, I'm looking at Tsubasa at one of her things, and she has like a little bit of her hair that's like frilling like straight up, and then it turns like from blue into like a purple, and it's just wild when you pause on it. But anyway, I liked the idea. I talked about this before as well, but just to bring it up again, I really liked how we had the noise in the beginning of the show, right? Like, obviously, we had other antagonists as well, but we had these noise, which were these creatures that I like how we eventually went to where they came from, and we sealed it off, and we stopped them from coming. Like, obviously, we had the Alka noise that came after that, which were roughly the same thing. But I do like that we found that original source and we stopped it. I feel like a lot of TV shows, like, we never find the original source. Like, up until this season, I mean, even after this season, I bet in a lot of other anime, the noise would still be a part of the show, and we still would have no idea where they come from, right? And it's just like a phenomena that happens in the world. And I love when shows can like give me an answer and solve a problem like that. And sure, like I said, through alchemy, bringing in the alchemy and bringing in the alka noise, they ended up pretty much recreating the noise again to keep them in the story. But I do like that, at least for the original noise that we had, they, you know, we got the answers and we closed the gate and we stopped them from spawning. It's a really neat thing. It satisfies my like video game urge. Like, there was this one time, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the game Project Zomboid. It's like a little like top-down survival game where you have zombies and there's like a bunch of different ways to survive in it, and you know, a bunch of different like skills that you can level up, and it's a really cool game. And one time I like edited the settings to make it so there were like a ton of zombies, but they didn't respawn. So I would slowly like wipe out all the zombies in a town, and they also roamed in that game. So sometimes I'd get new zombies roaming in, but after a lot of hours of playing the game and branching out and killing zombies, it was very rare for my little hometown that I set up for zombies to roam in there. And I had a lot of fun. Just like, my goal was to eventually wipe out all the zombies on the map. I don't think I ever fully finished that, but it was a fun goal to have, of like just slowly branching out from my spawn point, you know, finding vehicles and everything that could like take me farther out, and every time I see zombies I'd stop and kill them, and eventually just, you know, wipe them all out. And that's like, I like doing that. Like, whenever a game allows me to do that, I really enjoy it, because it gives me that, like, obviously, like, it's hard for most games don't do that, because that gets rid of the repetitiveness. Like, how you're not gonna have any game left if, you know, if you're playing World of Warcraft and once you defeat all the monsters they never respawn, right? And then there's just nothing to do. But like, very specific games in very specific situations, I think it's a really fun concept. So but yeah, so it kind of scratches that itch with that. A lot of the fighting was good. Like, a lot of the animation was like, some of it was okay, some of it was really like on point. There were a lot of like cool moments. I feel like there were only a couple like really big animated moments, like when I think of like intensity in like fights, right? I think of like Fate and stuff like that. Like the Fate series, their fights were done like some of those clashes they had between like Saber and Lancer and stuff like that were just like, oh, they were so beautiful and so well done. and the choreography was great. And it's like, I didn't really feel like there were too many moments that like hit that level for this show, but it's also not supposed to, right? It's a different kind of action in this show. But a lot of it was still enjoyable. I think the most fun I had with it was the wacky and crazy concepts that they came up with while they were fighting, because with the gears, essentially they're like, you know, kind of like the Faust robes and everything too. They can kind of just create whatever they want, right? So like this episode we had them merge all their energy together into they all launch different attacks, and it all just came together and just like suddenly made a robot. And it's like, wait, what? You just launched a bunch of random attacks and made a robot. Like, it's just like crazy stuff like that was pretty crazy. I know I just said crazy like 8 times. I don't even know like what even happened to that robot. I don't even know. Like, I remember seeing it form, and I was so enthralled by the fact that that was something they just did that I don't even know what happened to it. Can I find that scene again? I think this is it. I think, yeah, yep. It all combines into robot, and then... Okay. Okay, so literally, I think all it did was it flew forward, and then it got, like, enveloped in, like, a rainbowy cloud, and then just, like, smashed into Shemha. I expected it to, like, do some punching and kicking and, like, something, but I think it just ran into him and exploded. So why did it turn into a robot? Why didn't it just, like, turn that energy into that rainbow cloud and smack into it? It's like, it's just, I don't mind. It's fun, and that's what a lot of the combat has been. And like, you know, between seasons we have our characters just pull out different weapons and stuff. Like when Chris started using like a bow instead of guns, like some of the giant missiles she created, sometimes they'd combine their powers with her missiles and make just like spaceships and shit that would fly like at the enemies, and they'd ride it and stuff. Like, it was just the cool ways that they just randomly threw their powers together, they merged into some kind of contraption, and everything was just a lot of fun and interesting, right? So it's much different than a lot of the fighting that I had, which is good. Like in a lot of the other animes I've seen, I mean, it's just a lot different of a style. So it's just, it made for entertaining sequences, right? And I mean, every episode we had a fight, I'm pretty sure, like, or pretty almost, I don't want to say every episode because I don't like talking in absolutes, because then I might be wrong. But I think almost every single episode in this entire show, season 1 through 5, we had a fight. And I mean, the thing is sometimes it was even to the show's own detriment. Like, sometimes I did get a little bit bored of the, like, oh, this episode the characters show up, they fight, and one side runs away. The next episode they show up, fight, one side runs away, and we have to wait till the finale for things to conclude, right? There was, like, a little bit of that formulaic where it was, like, I almost wished we had some episodes of the characters just, like, obviously we had some moments where, like, they went and did karaoke and stuff like that. We had little fun, and I think there was another one where they went shopping and stuff like that. Little moments like that, like, are fun, but it was always, like, in an episode where there was also a fight. Like, I was almost okay with if they would have done a few episodes here and there where the kids were just being kids, going back to school, seeing, like, the different stuff they were doing. Maria and Tsubasa going off and doing their concerts and, you know, stuff like that. It just... I enjoy that, and it makes me, like, respect the combat all that much more when it's not just, like, every single episode. But overall, I mean, I got used to it, and I was fine with it, right? So, I still, even with that little, like, I'm just, like, kind of giving little nitpicks on things that, like, I like, and that I, like, kind of disliked, right? Because, you know, I'm pretty sure there's no show where you're only gonna have good things to say about it. Except for maybe, like, Arcane or something. But that show is just next level good. But yeah. Overall, really enjoyed the show, guys, and we still have some OVAs, so we get to have some fun little goofy moments, some good laughs, maybe some information or something like that like maybe some of the stuff I'm confused on, they'll like clear up a little bit in the OVAs. Maybe there's other people that had the same questions at the end of this, and then they made the OVAs and they were like, okay, like this we'll toss a little bit of answers in there for you. Maybe not, but like just because I feel like a lot of the answers are there. I just would need to rewatch and really like look at what they say to like understand it. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We will be here for, like I said, the OVAs, and then there will be a new show replacing this Patreon show. So, if you guys watched this was a Patreon show, meaning that if you guys watch this on YouTube, something else has replaced it. I watch entire shows on my Patreon, and then when I finish the show, I start releasing it as long as the previous one is done. So, for example, I just finished Symphogear. I will start releasing episode 1. Well, obviously, once I watch the OVAs, I'll be done. But then I'll start releasing episode 1 of season 1 onto YouTube, and then I'll release episode 1 of a new show. I think I'm probably going to be doing Freerun. I don't know if that's how you say it. It's a newer show that just came out. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you can probably get all of Freerun, and probably, because that's only 1 season and this was 5 seasons, there's probably 4 more shows or a bunch of more episodes of shows on my Patreon. So check that out if you guys want to get a bunch more content from me. That's the way I do things and justify like the support and everything. So thank you guys so much if you are supporting me. I know a few of you joined my Patreon at the start of Symphogear, and I very much appreciate those of you who have stuck around for this whole journey that we just went on through this show. So thank you guys, and hit that subscribe button also if you enjoyed. The links to the Patreon and all that will be in the description, also popping up on the screen, and I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.